So today I'm going to talk about restrictive covenants and what they mean. So restrictive covenants are usually a clause in a contract of employment, and they restrict something or some kind of an action that an employee can undertake either whilst they're employed by their employer or after the employment ceases. Now you need to understand what a restrictive covenant actually does for your business and if you actually need one. So if you don't feel like you need a restrictive covenant, you might want to get a bit more advice on actually what they mean and why you feel that you might need to legitimately protect your business interests. Usually they are aimed at an employee restricting perhaps them setting up in direct competition with an employer, soliciting employees or clients once they've left, or taking some kind of trade secrets from their employer once they've left. But you need to make sure that they're enforceable and that they're reasonable. So I have looked at quite a few of these over the past few weeks for some of our clients, and what I found is that they're very generic restrictive covenants out there in contracts of employment that aren't really fit for purpose and probably wouldn't be deemed as enforceable if we were looking at an employment tribunal, we were trying to enforce this for a client. So you need to make sure that they are enforceable, and the way that you do that is you make it very specific. So you look at your business, how you are protecting your business interests and how that is reasonable to enforce with an employee. So for example, you might not say you cannot work within anywhere in the UK for the next 6 months, but what you might want to enforce is perhaps a certain mile radius within location of your office or offices, and the way that you would then put the reasoning behind that is because that is protecting your business interest, because that's where the majority of your clients are sitting, and even then you can't have an extended period of time. It has to be a specific period of time, and that also has to be reasonable, and it has to be deemed as enforceable. So I think the moral of the story is, don't just think that you are covered because you've got a restrictive covenant in your contract of employment. Make sure that your restrictive covenants are fit for purpose. They have been tailor-made for your business, and they really do legitimately protect your business interests, and that they are deemed as enforceable, or would be deemed as enforceable if you were to ever rely on using that restrictive covenant.